Welcome to the DCTV News at Noon program. I'm Kendra Cook. Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest TV Translator Association. If you have a news topic or event that you would like to see covered, give us a call. The studio number is 970-677-4119. Today's show runs Thursday at noon and is uploaded to our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page to watch on demand. Today's November 15th, 2018, and now the news at noon. Reported in the Durango Herald, photos from CDOT. Two major highways in southwest Colorado were closed by semi-trailer crashes Wednesday night. A semi-trailer crash south of Silverton closed U.S. Highway 550 around 7:40 p.m. and almost simultaneously a semi-trailer was involved in a two-vehicle car crash on U.S. Highway 491 south of Cortez just north of the New Mexico line, said Colorado State Patrol Captain Adrian Driscoll. The crash near Silverton occurred near mile marker 70. The highway was closed between mile markers 69 near Cascade and 71 according to the State Patrol. Driscoll said another semi-trailer was involved in a crash with a pickup near mile marker 5 on U.S. Highway 491. The pickup was fully engulfed in flames. Driscoll said a fatality had been confirmed in the Cortez crash. The semi-trailer that crashed on Highway 550 was leaking dangerous material, and a hazardous materials team was en route Wednesday night. Driscoll said the semi-trailer was carrying a metal alloy. Reopening times for the highways were not known. Reported in the Journal File Photo. At the invitation of Montezuma County Sheriff Steve Nowlin, agents from the Department of Homeland Security and the U.S. Secret Service visited the Dolores School District RE4A at the end of October to conduct a security survey of the campus. Agents drove down from Denver on October 30th for an all-day visit with the Sheriff's Office to analyze the district's implementation of security measures such as surveillance, door locks, and other factors that contribute to the safety of Dolores students. The agency provided a report of its findings to the Sheriff and School District, and it is currently under review by the district security team. The survey and report did not cost the district any money, Nowlin said. Nowlin told the Journal that the major findings from the walkthrough showed, quote, for the most part, safety and security in the school district is not bad. A lot of the things that we are doing and have done to keep kids safe reached a very high mark, Nowlin said. The Journal has not received a copy of the Homeland Security's report, as parts of it contain sensitive information regarding security vulnerabilities in and around the school district, Nowlin said. Nowlin said that he is looking to have the Colorado Information Analysis Center, which worked in conjunction with Homeland Security, to provide the security report, train at least one of his deputies to complete surveys similar to the one conducted in October. According to Nowlin, these surveys are meant for assessing, quote, vulnerable infrastructure, and schools are one of the top priorities for assessment. Reported in the Journal, Montezuma Valley Irrigation Company is seeking a court judgment in dispute with the Montezuma County Board of Commissioners over which entity has the responsibility to pay for a replacement culvert. On August 30th, attorneys for MVIC filed a complaint for declaratory judgment in 22nd Judicial District Court. The complaint asked the court to decide whether the county or MVIC is obligated to replace an aging culvert maintained by the county and used by MVIC to convey water underneath County Road W to its shareholders. In fall of 2017, the county determined that the culvert, then at the end of its useful life, required replacement. The Montezuma County Road and Bridge Department requested that MVIC assist in replacing the culvert by paying for a new culvert or providing labor and equipment for installation, according to the complaint. The county in early 2018 purchased the new culvert from Skyline Steel, and county employees installed the culvert. The complaint cites Colorado Revised Statute 37-84-106, which states bridges constructed over ditches and flumes crossing public roads shall be maintained by and at the expense of the county. Attorneys for MVIC argue that the maintenance requirement imposed by this statute includes the obligation to replace culverts. Montezuma County Attorney John Baxter filed an answer to the complaint on September 25th. He argued that state law does not require counties to pay to replace culverts. Baxter stated that historically, the county and MVIC have worked together when replacing culverts. In 2003, for example, MVIC installed a culvert crossing County Road 21, and the county paid $2,477 to assist with the cost. MVIC has requested that the court determine that the irrigation company is not obligated to reimburse the county for the cost of replacing the culvert. If the court sides with the county, however, MVIC has requested that the court determine the conditions under which MVIC would be required to pay for such a replacement. The county, on the other hand, has requested a hearing to determine whether MVIC is obligated to reimburse the county. Counsel for both parties appeared in court for a brief hearing on Wednesday morning and scheduled a status conference for December 21st at 10:30 a.m. at Montezuma County Combined Courts. And now, let's take a look at the weather. The national weather map shows the main area of concern for weather today centers over the East Coast and back into the southeast. Along the I-95 corridor from Washington, D.C. to Boston, precipitation will start as a period of wet snow or sleet before changing to rain. Some accumulations of snow and sleet are possible. Chances of accumulating snow has increased in the interior northeast from central PA into Maine. And some snow is possible all across the Canadian border states as well, while the high pressures keep the rest of the country dry for the time being. The regional outlook shows us that high pressure over the western U.S. will continue a warming trend with benign weather for the next 2 days. Daytime temperatures will gradually rise to 2 to 5 degrees above normal across the area by Friday. Overnight lows will slowly warm to near normal levels as well. And with high pressure centered to the west, the winds over the area will be from the northwest. So our DCTV 5-day outlook shows it's nice for the next few days as the winds stay low and the sun shines bright. Today sunny with a high near 51. North-northwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tonight mostly clear with a low to 22. North winds around 5 miles an hour becoming southeast after midnight. Friday sunny with a high near 50 degrees. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour becoming southwest in the afternoon. Friday night mostly clear with a low around 24. East-southeast winds around 5 miles an hour. And Saturday sunny with a high near 51. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour becoming west-southwest in the afternoon. Saturday night partly cloudy with a low to 26. And then we head into another bout of colder temperatures Sunday. Sunny with a high near 47. Sunday night mostly clear with a low around 24. Monday sunny with a high near 48. And Monday night mostly clear with a low to 26. And Tuesday sunny with a high near 47. Tuesday night partly cloudy with a low around 25. And now back to the news. This is a great follow-up after our weather report out of the National Weather Service of Grand Junction. From the Durango Herald file photos. Efforts are afoot to install a new radar system in southwest Colorado that would effectively fill in one of the nation's largest weather forecasting blind spots that spans the Four Corners. The Four Corners has long been known as a sort of, quote, blind spot when it comes to weather and radar modeling, as major hubs in Albuquerque, Grand Junction, and Flagstaff, Arizona take in data at elevations too high to accurately hone in on places like Durango. Jim Pringle, a warning coordination meteorologist for the National Weather Service in Grand Junction, said the radar system atop Grand Mesa is unable to detect storms that come into the Four Corners at elevations below 28,000 feet. With storms regularly coming in below this threshold, weather patterns can easily be missed. Quote, we had a situation in Vallecito a few years ago where there were golf-sized balls of hail falling, Pringle said, but our radar system was only picking up a weak system. There has always been a desire to bring a radar system to the Four Corners, but with the 416 fire last summer posing unprecedented flood danger in its aftermath, the need is immediate, said Butch Nalton, La Plata County's director for the Office of Emergency Management. A temporary radar system was brought in and placed atop Missionary Ridge, which allowed emergency managers to see incoming storms that may impact the 416 fire burn scar and cause flooding. Last week, conversations began with several state agencies that expressed interest in funding the purchase and installation of a permanent radar system to be located at a site to be determined in La Plata County. It is in the very beginning phases, said Megan Graham, spokeswoman for La Plata County. However, it's certainly been on folks, and not to be corny, radar for quite some time. And the need has been demonstrated in the aftermath of the 416 fire, end quote. Graham said Alamosa County, an area that also lacks sufficient radar but is about to get its first radar system, is being looked at as a good model. There, a group of partners are helping keep the radar running after it is installed for about $1 million. Graham said on top of weather forecasting and emergency management, the radar system would be a benefit for irrigation and water users, as well as a good source for transportation alerts during storms. So now you know that the weather outlook is mostly a guessing game for our neck of the woods. And speaking of guessing games, the Durango Herald wrote, "Where have all the elk gone?" The future of elk in southwest Colorado is in jeopardy. Over the past few years, herds in the region have been slowly dying off, and wildlife officials are concerned about the iconic ungulate's ability to survive in healthy numbers in the long term. The issue involves a mystery. About half of the elk calves born in southwest Colorado die within 6 months. Of the survivors, another 15% perish before they turn a year old, and researchers don't know why. The problem could encompass wildlife mismanagement. After record high elk populations in the 1990s, the Division of Wildlife, now Colorado Parks and Wildlife, ordered a mass hunt to cut back the animals' numbers. Those same elk herds are now struggling to recover. And there are pressures from an avid user group, hunters, who in vast numbers travel to Colorado's rich public lands. On top of killing elk, they can disrupt breeding habits and future offspring. The challenge of understanding the forces behind this population decline comes at a time when Colorado will restructure the way it carries out big game hunting seasons, which, among conservationists and hunters alike, presents an opportunity to help elk recover. By the early 1900s, Western settlers had wiped out nearly all of the elk in North America, bringing an estimated population of 10 million down to just 40,000 animals throughout the United States and parts of Canada. The U.S. Forest Service in 1910 estimated just 500 to 1,000 elk roamed the entire state of Colorado. To revive the population, the state banned elk hunting until the early 1930s, and elk from Jackson Hole, Wyoming, were transplanted into 14 areas around the state, including the Hermosa Creek Valley north of Durango. Those restoration efforts were highly successful. Colorado now boasts the largest elk population, about 280,000 animals in North America. In southwest Colorado, elk herds enjoyed a prolonged period of prosperity in the 1990s, a time many hunters remember fondly, but the feeling was short-lived. Elk are hungry grazers, eating between 15 to 21 pounds of food a day. In the summer, the ungulates prefer to stay in the high country, feeding on grasses, forbs, and shrubs. But in the winter, small bands tend to coalesce into larger herds to spend the cold months feeding at lower elevations in areas now occupied by farms and ranches. Consequently, it's not uncommon that elk cause a fair amount of damage to fields and crops and compete with livestock. Towards the late 1990s, with elk abundant on the landscape, ranchers and farmers pressured the Division of Wildlife to reduce their numbers, and the agency responded aggressively by allowing more hunters to hunt. Specifically, the Division of Wildlife issued a virtual free pass for killing cows, but killing too many females also began to kill the animal's potential to reproduce. The population reduction alleviated conflicts with ranchers and farmers. The problem is the effort went too far. Now elk herds are below their desired population levels, and a new host of issues threaten their recovery. Every winter, Colorado Parks and Wildlife monitors elk populations from the air by helicopter. To determine how herds are doing, the most helpful numbers for wildlife officials are the ratios of cows to calves. If the ratio is high, populations are stable and likely to grow. If the ratio is low, it's a sign herds are starting to struggle. No one's quite sure why these numbers have fallen, though it does not appear to be an issue with pregnancy. About 90% of pregnant cows give birth to healthy calves. To further muddle the situation, the calves are not surviving the first year of life. Again, no one's quite sure why. Disease and attacks by predators have been ruled out as potential culprits. While elk populations appear stable in the northern parts of the state, these issues have surfaced in some elk herds to the south. For local hunters, the answer to the elk's decline isn't going to be found in studies or through computer analytics. One needs only to look to the backcountry for answers. Every fall, hunters from all over the country come to southwest Colorado to scour the San Juan Mountains for big game. But this annual ritual for hunters happens to coincide with one of the most important times of the year for elk, the rut. Peterson, an elk expert who has been hunting in the mountains outside Durango since 1981, said this display and its timing are delicate. After the rut starts in mid-August, elk typically breed the last week of September or the first week of October. This allows calves to be born in late May and early June, giving the newborns enough time to bulk up before having to survive the next winter. If this process is disrupted in any way, it could mean late birth of calves and a lower chance of surviving the first winter, Peterson said. According to Colorado Parks and Wildlife stats, nearly 13,000 hunters trekked into the San Juan Mountains to hunt the Hermosa and San Juan units last year. A combination of forces, hunting pressures, drought, habitat loss, could be stressing the elk. However, Peterson and others believe the hunt is at least one factor wildlife managers have tangible control over. Colorado Parks and Wildlife will start its rescheduling of hunting seasons this winter, which will involve public comment. The new schedule would take effect in 2020. Today's High Canyon Country happenings. Pleasant View Fire Department raffle ticket fundraiser is open for a buffalo hunt on the Neely Ranch, with meat processing included. The ticket cost is $25 and only 400 tickets will be sold. Drawing will be held on December 4th, 2018 at 7 p.m. at the Pleasant View Firehouse. Tickets are available at Diamond D Processing, Yoder Automotive, Goods for the Woods, or from any Pleasant View firefighter. Need not be present to win, and the raffle license number is 2018-12962. November 17th, cinch up those shoes and start warming up because the Girl Scouts are offering the first ever Girl Scout Fall Color Run in Mancos. Join them for a fun-filled 5K in the beautiful rolling hills behind Mancos. Wear your white shirt because at every mile you'll be doused with colored cornstarch, transforming that white t-shirt into a colorful badge of honor At the end, they'll be offering refreshments and a Sassy Turkey medal. Free race water bottles will be available for the first 50 signups. Adults are $20 and kids 8 and under are $10 if you pay online, and the race day price increases to $25 for adults and $15 for kids. This is not a timed race. They say, we welcome runners, walkers, and rolkers, which must be the combination of running and walking. And after the race, there will be a pie auction. Bring some extra money and save time in the kitchen. Every cent goes to help the cadets visit NASA's overnight camp this spring. The 17th is also Suicide Awareness Day, and at Shiprock they are hosting a Run to Fight Suicide. This is an event to widen awareness of the suicide problem of the Navajo Nation and beyond. It starts at 6:30 a.m. and runs till 1 p.m., starting at the Nizhoni Elementary School. And all of these happenings are posted on our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page, along with our YouTube channel, on-demand replays, weather, notices, and original stories and local posts. To share your event or information, contact us. It's dcbnnews@gmail.com or call the station 970-677-4119. Thank you for tuning in. News at Noon airs at noon Monday through Thursday, and then is available on demand online on our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page. Please like us there and share it with a friend. This has been a production of DCTV for the News at Noon program out of Dove Creek, USA. I'm Kendra Cook. Thank you for watching.